Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Jay. I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about news in the world of professional wrestling, in the world of WWE. Uh, a lot has transpired. People are getting ready for WrestlePalooza. First things first, though, wishing all my Mexican fans happy Independence Day. But this video is about the announcement a couple of weeks ago, about a week or so ago, that WrestleMania 43 will be held in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. It will be the first WrestleMania ever held outside of North America. They've had WrestleManias in Canada, they've had WrestleManias in the United States, obviously. But the first WrestleMania to ever be held in Saudi Arabia will be in 2027. They did a big press conference with Triple H, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, uh, uh, Stephanie Vaquer, um, Logan Paul, other WWE superstars, and Takia Al-Sheikh, who's in charge of the sports ministry. The guy. If you saw the fight this past weekend between Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford, you guys saw the guy with the keffiyeh, the Arab headdress. uh, he's the guy partnering with TKO to start up with Dana White and Nick Khan to start up their boxing affiliated promotion, and he's the guy in charge of this. So anyway, what does this mean for uh, wrestling? Obviously, those big Saudi Arabia shows. They always want the stars of yesteryear. Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, he wants the stars of yesteryear to show up. He likes when Goldberg is there. He likes when John Cena is there. He likes when Hulk Hogan's not alive anymore, but when Hulk Hogan was alive, he liked for him to be there. He even requested that Ultimate Warrior and Yokozuna, people that have been dead for years, um, be there. So many people are ambivalent towards this. Many people are upset about this because many people, myself included, wanted Europe to be their destination for the first time that WrestleMania went overseas, for it to be Europe and not the Middle East, not Saudi Arabia. The stars that will talk, Bianca Belair talked about how Saudi Arabia is becoming more inclusive, more liberal, being more relaxed on their policies towards women. With regards to women, we all know that it's bullshit. It's a country that follows Sharia law, and I'm not being Islamophobic either. I'm not saying anything out of school. There are different interpretations of Islam. Not every Muslim country follows the same rubrics. There are Muslim countries that don't necessarily follow Sharia law. Egypt and Morocco and other countries of this nature. But when it comes to Saudi Arabia is the home of the Salafi movement, is the home of the Wahhabist movement. You know, this the date of WrestleMania 43 will be the 300th anniversary of the Saudi rule in Arabia. Of the Saudi family. And another thing is, the safety precautions. It is the Middle East, and we talked about before in this channel how Saudi Arabia is kind of, engaged in this ideological struggle for control of the Middle East with Iran. So I think they're using the WWE as a diplomatic tool, because one of the focuses of the United States government is to get Saudi Arabia to the table to meet and negotiate a peace treaty with Israel, which will be historic. Saudi Arabia is kind of the leader culturally of the not just the entire Arab world, but the entire Muslim world, because that's where Mecca is, that's where Medina is, the two holiest cities in Islam, other than Jerusalem. And you know, for if they were to get in a peace treaty with Israel, that would be historic. So they could use kind of American businesses, American sports businesses, and international businesses in the West. They're hosting FIFA also, so they're getting FIFA, they're getting the World Cup, and they're getting Wrestlemania. So this is huge. The first Wrestlemania to be held outside of North America. You know what I'm saying? But we don't know what the card is going to be. Well, I'm assuming, like I said, that it's going to be a lot of stars returning, a lot of the classic stars. Shawn Michaels, who in 2018 he took the Saudi money and he went and he performed in a tag team match, him and Triple H against Kane and Undertaker. But they're not doing that this year. This time around, he's going for knee surgery, so he won't be there. The Undertaker, I doubt, will be uh, in any position to work. But what about John Cena? We know John Cena has a couple more dates left on his retirement tour this year. But 2 years from now, will he return back? You know what I mean? For this, so this would be an interesting thing to see. But as we know, many fans don't like the relationship that WWE has with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Many people feel like uh, this is a tacit um, this is a tacit cosign of their social policy. Not only their social policy with how they treat women or how they treat religious minorities, Christians especially, but also a tacit acceptance of their involvement in the civil war in Yemen, where they back the Sunni government in Yemen against the Shias, in persecution of the Shia rebels in Yemen, and involved in basically what tantamount to a genocide of Shias in Yemen. You know, that's why they call it the Saudi blood money. Many fans hate that, but they have stars on their roster that are Arabic. Arabic speaking. Sami Zayn is Syrian, and the greatest Royal Rumble, which they're doing the Royal Rumble this year in 2026 in Saudi, but the greatest Royal Rumble uh, he didn't go to because of Saudi Arabia's involvement in Syria, backing the Sunni rebels in Syria against Bashar al-Assad. You know, that's over now. That government has collapsed. That government collapsed last December. Trump is cool now. The Trump administration is cool with the um, with HTS and Ahmed al-Shara, the leader of Syria. So Sammy goes there now. But human rights violations with regards to the civil war in Yemen is one of the things that's come against Saudi Arabia, and they feel like WWE is using their platform to sponsor this, and many fans are against this. You know what I mean? 2 years ago, when there were rumors that the WWE was going to sell, Vince McMahon was going to sell the company, there were rumors that the investor in Saudi Arabia, Turki al-Sheikh, was going to buy it. And that didn't happen, but look at this now. Anytime you get a company like UFC or WWE that does business with a regime that gross human rights violations, whether it be UFC doing business with, UFC has a lot of investors in the Middle East as well, Abu Dhabi especially, but UFC also does business with China, and China is a communist country and guilty of human rights violations. But um, this is history. This is going down. We got to see what the card they're going to have for WrestleMania 33 and 43, the first Wrestlemania outside of the United States. I mean, outside of North America. Peace, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell button to see when my next video is coming out. Love you guys.